What are seller concessions, and how can they potentially benefit both a buyer and a seller in a real estate transaction? Seller concessions are an arrangement, a strategic arrangement between a buyer and a seller in a real estate transaction in which a seller sometimes covers costs associated with the purchase of a home for the buyer. So these can sometimes be covering closing costs for a buyer or other costs associated with purchasing a home. Seller concessions are usually negotiated. They can either be a percentage of the purchase price, or what I see more commonly is a fixed dollar amount that's going to go towards something such as closing costs or a home warranty or maybe repairs. Seller concessions can potentially benefit both a buyer and a seller. For the buyer, it's going to be getting some of your upfront costs covered by the seller. For the seller, if you offer seller concessions, it can make your property more attractive and sometimes lead to a faster sale. What I see most commonly is that seller concessions cover closing cost or a price reduction or maybe a home warranty. One thing to note is that sometimes if a buyer is getting a loan, lenders can limit how much you can take as far as seller concessions are concerned. So you want to make sure you understand from your lender up front, if a seller is offering seller concessions, can you take full advantage of the dollar amount that they may be offering? Seller concessions can be offered up front, maybe as what I've seen sometimes is if the carpet needs to be replaced, a seller will offer a carpet allowance, or if the home needs to be painted and the seller didn't want to paint the home, they might offer a paint allowance. I've even seen repair allowances if there were repairs that needed to be made that the seller didn't want to make. So that can be offered up front and marketed with the listing. A lot of times I do see seller concessions offered during the repair negotiation process. So while homes in North Carolina are sold as is, once a buyer gets through their inspection process, they may still want to ask for some repairs, or there might be things that the seller does need to deal with before close. So in some cases, instead of doing the actual repairs, sellers will offer a dollar amount, and the buyer can use that dollar amount after close to complete any repairs or improvements to the property that they want to take care of. Seller concessions can be a powerful tool to help you market your home, get under contract quicker, or potentially keep a transaction together after it's already under contract. If you want more information like this, check out my YouTube channel, Welcome to Raleigh.